I do what I do and I do what I do, and that's why I'm here. Welcome, this is part 1 reboot, and today we do some Linux gaming. We're using bottles. I had a similar segment. This segment is gonna be like random, whatever I do on this day, I record when I feel like it. Anyway, I had a similar segment. I deleted all those videos. So if you want to stick around for some drama, you're going to be disappointed, but I'm going to save this for later in the video. Anyway, but we do something interesting. Let's do this first. GOG released yesterday a game which is called something, right? It's called something. I have to see where it is listed with my tunnel vision. I think that one here. Soulstone Survivors, a game I was excited to... that's a lie. A game I was intrigued when I saw that first on GOG. I was attracted because it appealed to me simply for the reason of its presentation. I like the graphics. And I like a Diablo-like game, obviously, and that's all I needed to see to be intrigued. And I waited forever for the game to be released. And yesterday I saw it. I bought it because right now it's only €10, and I hope it's a good game. So let's explore that together. I thought that's funny. Also, I'm using here Pop OS, which is right now one of the best OS when I want to switch computers. Meaning I experiment with Linux since 4 months, and I had videos on that. I decided to delete them all for later. But the Pop OS, I'm gonna make a new video at some point in time where I install Linux Pop OS again, maybe. I say maybe, because swapping computers and keeping the same operating system is great when you have an operating system which just does it. Like in this case, I like the presentation of Linux Mint much better though. However, this one is not ugly either. So that's right now my favorite for swapping computers. It's awesome. It's really cool. Anyway, so that's just besides, and let's get started with the game here. I'm using here Bottles. Bottles is an application under Linux which allows you to run some. This might be very loud, huh? For me at least. Maybe this one. Huh? Okay. Yeah. So let me change the settings here. We play that obviously in full screen. Just I have to squeeze that down. Yeah, okay, that's better. You know what? Let's do this. Let's boot this guy here up in full screen first. Graphics. Yeah, like so. And my screen has an defect. I think I can't see that right now. That's not good. But that worked out for me when I said escape. Okay, it's not quite completely. It's almost full screen there. That should be enough. However, maybe I can hide the dock, or I can put this on top. Would that work? No, because the dock is okay. Well, then we have to do this. We go into settings. I go to desktop. Dock. Yeah, that shall do the trick. Or maybe I can turn on full screen like so. Yeah, that is actually solving the problem. Okay, without further ado, no, it's a lie. With more ado, whatever the heck that means, we go to settings, and I'm gonna show you the settings. So what do we have here? We have under general, we have auto level up, auto aim, probably good for controller, right? Mouse only. With this mode you can play using only your mouse. I mean, I only have a mouse, so that only thing would probably it means when you have a controller and mouse at the same time that the controller doesn't interfere, or maybe the laptop pad, maybe that you can turn this off. Tooltips, display, I mean, read it for yourself. I don't have to read those things for you. I just look for that if there's anything fancy. I don't think so. Status effects, okay. Interface, map visibility, corner, controls. Let's see if we can change controls. That's probably, that's bad for me. I think it was W. Yeah, the problem here is my screen is breaking. I don't know what the screen is doing. I have to change the settings again. This is due to my screen. It's not my fault. But something is happening. It always turns off with certain applications and under certain settings. Never figured this out. Anyway, let's go back to the controls. Let's see if we can change them. It still does it. That's so weird. What the heck is going on here? Why would you do that to me? Okay, I cannot see it. You can see it. I'm gonna change this to A. Let's see. Blind. Okay. Okay. You can change settings. W again. Yeah. Here we go. And close this guy. And so that's the most important thing for you. Let's switch back to graphic full screen. Maybe it's a refresh rate, which is not. Let's turn off VSync. Because 75 is a weird number, to be honest. Since this screen cannot produce that anyway. So, I don't know. Good. Quality ultra. Refresh rate. This is the refresh rate. But I have a cap anyways here. You can see that I was able to make this happen for the people who watched all the Linux stuff. I now know how to make this thing appear. Also how to limit my FPS using bottles. It's not that complicated, but you have to know that. English, I think. No, this is Japanese. Japanese. That I don't know. I have to take a guess. Could be Chinese. Could be Korean. I don't know. Maybe Chinese and simplified Chinese or vice versa. This is just a guess of mine. But this one, Nihongo, I know that. Ohayo gozaimasu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Yeah, that's it. I don't speak Japanese. Turkey, don't do that either. Deutsch, Deutsch kann man machen. Kein Problem. French. French. In my opinion, it's overestimated, Espanol. Well, I would say besides English, great language maybe for singing. Anyway, I don't know, this might be Korean here. Polski, dzień dobry, to ja Łukasz. Dzisiaj bawimy się, I know. It's, my Polish is I can speak like a child. My German and English is the best, and that's about it. The rest is just showing off some stuff. Okay, audio. Master. The music I turned off. Okay, now you saw everything. And I did a great job on doing that. Join Discord. No. Stuff like this always, it's funny to me because it will disappear in the future. You will have still those buttons here, like back in the day when there was never a thing in gaming, I think, ICQ, but in gaming there were a thing, there were plenty of things for older games, which I already forgot. Some third-party applications which try to connect players, and all those things disappeared. So this will also disappear at some point. Right now it's fancy, but no, Discord will be replaced with something named Frovelduff. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Okay, music I think is nice. Not sure about YouTube about those things. This is a small channel. I don't want to deal with shit. I'm not benefiting here. Except my English is getting it's getting better, very tiny, step by step still, but not better. However, maintaining it's good. Anyway, start the game, and I need some coffee. And if there's a story, I'm gonna skip that. Oh, I like the presentation a lot. this is really, I like this a lot. I like the graphics already.
You arrived just in time. The hunters await you within the sacred chamber.
And why have I been summoned, soldier?
The Weaver, sir. She found a way to open the primordial portal.
I'll make this a little bit louder. Game paused, why? Skill breakdown. Yeah.
A chance to break through to the netherworld itself.
Well, I never thought I'd see the realm of
What?
banishment in my lifetime.
Okay, it's not like the Diablo where when... How do I
will see
navigate
this
here?
for myself.
Hold on, I think I made a stupid mistake at the beginning. Controls, let me see. W, A, WSD, left is empty. What did I do? Yeah, I don't... Okay. Good, you can definitely adjust those settings.
Sharpened and ready for battle.
So you have to walk around with WASD, which is okay, but I prefer the Diablo, you know, with just the mouse. Maybe that's what it means. Let's figure this out immediately, because this just mouse only. With this mode you can play using only your mouse. Okay, maybe it means I can only use the mouse, whatever, including movement and stuff. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay. But there is a little bit, it feels a little bit like a little latency here happening between clicking and going somewhere, but just doesn't feel completely right, to be honest. Let's see, can I still do... Okay, I do not know if it's... Now I cannot use this action here, or at this... Okay, let's leave it as like mouse only, like so. Let's see, is this a skill? This is probably right mouse button, or is it? Probably it says it somewhere. Whirlwind, slash enemy around you, causing damage, gain, bulk, walk, shield stuff. How do I activate that? Huh? Let this here space, okay. Is this my normal attack? I don't know. We'll see. Let's play a little bit.
We finally have a chance to bring an end to the Void King.
For the Dawnstone.
The light that must never fade. How does the Weaver plan to open the portal?
She would not say. She insisted that only a few of us would be able to go through.
Ha! So long as I am one of them, it won't matter. The Void King shall taste my blade.
Oh, there's a very long carpet here, huh?
Stay here, soldier. Guard the Dawnstone. No matter what happens, the Great Void must remain imprisoned. And remember, even the darkest night
Can turn this.
Must yield to the dawn. I will bring you upon your returns.
Well.
You finally decided to grace us with your presence, barbarian.
We have waited for centuries for this moment. A few seconds more.
Let
are
me
of no
out.
Consequence.
Enough! Let us waste no more time. The Void King waits beyond this gate. Let us not keep him waiting.
Why is it always a Void King? Everything is coming out of the void.
Void Hunters!
Yeah.
Brothers and sisters in arms. Tonight, we have a chance to fulfill our oath. Through the darkness, we rise. To venture deep into the netherworld and dethrone the Void King. Through the great void.
Oh, they seem to be very happy, huh, doing
Honor
that.
the hunters and uphold their sacred charge.
Through the heart, we thrive.
The fight
I think I'm in a cult or something.
the last shadow until our final breath is taken.
Okay, I'll grab some milk. Hold on.
It is done. The portal is open.
It's time to end his influence over the living realm once and for all.
Death to the Void King! Onward, hunters! Charge!
Hold on, I'm coming. Chotomate kudasai. That's a little bit of Japanese. Here we go. I think it means later, because my girlfriend always says that. Later, later, later. Not now, later. So anyway, well, hey guys, you forgot the void portal. That's good. I like the portal. Yeah, presentation-wise, I like it a lot. It feels a little bit clunky, but I mean, it's €10 so far. I mean, not too clunky. Don't get me wrong on this. Not too clunky.
Something is wrong.
No.
Where are the others?
What the heck?
For their sake, I must press on.
This is just going no matter what. Okay. Yeah, this I don't, if it's an indie game, it is, I think when you criticize a game which is from a small publisher, I think so at least, yeah, you should be a little bit, keep that in mind. So, okay, presentation-wise, graphic-wise, it hits completely my kind of style. Like, I like the Torchlight style. It's similar to that, and it nails it for me. That's really good enough for me. I don't need more. It could be better. Sure, it can always be better. But this one is pretty... With that graphic, I'm gonna be satisfied. What I realized just right now is that there was almost no... response when the enemies were hit, so not even a sound standing out. So how do you say there's a word for that? Response? No, it probably comes to me later, maybe, hopefully. Anyway, let's see, we got some skills here. So this one seems to he seems to auto attack those enemies, and when we level up, it seems we get to choose a skill. That makes sense. So far I have seen that in other games too. So we could choose now a power. Let's choose armor power +8, damage modifier +10, movement speed decreases though. Yeah, I don't know how big of a deal that is. Usually movement matters a lot in those kind of games. Also in Diablo, you try to not getting hit. Amount -10. I like that. I like this, you level up, you get the simple 3 choices here. Choose one of those choices. I like that. Amount. What does that actually mean? Reduce the amount of rage consumed while enrage is active. Yeah, I don't know what that means really right now. Reduce the amount of rage consumed while... So we don't have rage right now, so I don't actually... would not know how this would be impact, so I would say we go with let's use more damage.
Dark power, mine to claim.
Yeah, there's another thing which already annoys me there. Maybe it's just because that's just the start, maybe a tutorial, we start maybe fresh again, but you see there is already, it's like damage minus those enemies getting hit by -45 2.k already. I don't like that. I never liked that from when Blizzard did this in World of Warcraft, where the numbers got bigger and bigger and bigger to the point like bam, 80,000. I don't need that, but okay, whatever. What is happening? Okay, let's take it easy, game. Let me play a little bit before you bombard me with stuff. So what is that? Now we have another thing to choose. A skill probably, huh? Okay, skill in the subdued. Strikes in the target direction, causing damage based on the number of stacks of fineness. Okay, I was reading it, not paying attention. What do we have? Base damage, okay. Damage per stack. Cooldown. A strike in the target direction. Strike in the target direction, causing damage based on the number of stacks. What do you mean by stacks? How many stacks do they get? Members of stacks finesse on you. So the finesse is causing, depending how much finesse we have, that determines how much stacks it'll be. Let's read this again. Strike in the target direction, causing damage based on the number of stacks of finesse on you. Yeah, it must be my finesse. Where is my finesse? What is that actually? Nothing. Huh? You cause more damage. Ah, okay, that's cool. This is the dash. E is skill. Oh.
Pain and power.
What did I do?
Inseparable.
I just choose this one. What is that? I pressed E and okay. I see. Okay. Yeah, this is too fast for me. Maybe you get used to that when you play this. This is a roguelike game, so meaning when you die, you just, it's one of the games where you just quickly play a little bit. For that reason, everything is a little bit faster. Okay, but this is still a little bit too fast. Responsiveness of the opponents doesn't feel great. Honestly, it should be more responsive. They should, be hit, or you hear a sound that they gonna be hit. I would appreciate that. But okay, again, it's a smaller game. It's fairly priced. I think that's still okay. Dash count. You can dash multiple times. Never dashed once, I think. What is that? Relentless. You use your skill more frequently. Yeah, critical damage plus 12. Well, dashing sounds good.
Strength comes at a price.
Yeah, what the hell? Can I play a little bit? Hey, I mean, hello, what the hell? No, come on, this is, take it easy. Let me just, this was not even 2 seconds of playing. Man, okay, maybe this is still a tutorial, I don't know. Movement speed, yeah, movement speed, come on. What level am I actually? So I have a skill here. What is happening? I'm not sure if I get used to that. What the heck? Shockwave totem. Yeah, give me the shockwave totem, whatever. So now I think I understand the thing. Okay, that's why you can play this game with mouse only. Okay, it's not like a game like a Fort at all. But I can see this game as being one really. Okay, this is probably really becoming one of the games where you can just, you have like 10 minutes time, you play quickly a game, and this is probably one of those games. Another game which I also like, this one I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this kind of game, but right now I'm still confused. But Forced Showdown, I think, Forced Showdown or something. I have this game too, very nice game, and is also one of those kind of games you just, roguelike, you just play when you feel like it. Okay, so, but I think I get it now. We just, combine here some skills, and they okay, those skills are activating them by themselves. As soon as they are ready, they're gonna be activated, so we don't have to deal with that. I think that is also made for the new generation of players, because they are all idiots. Yeah. That's what I think of you guys. You're all idiots. Of course you are. You're gamers. You're gonna be an idiot from the start, and you're gonna be an idiot when you end this life. Good luck with that. It's not gonna go away, but you're gonna be a nice person hanging around with, so don't worry about that, Anyway, so critical chance. Yeah, sounds good.
Strength comes at a price.
Yeah, I don't like this interruption always. This is really too fast for me. Whatever. The way I try to understand games is playing them a while and then see what then. Right now I don't even know what skill is what's going on. I can choose skills. I can see that, but I don't. What I like, obviously, a little bit slower, the whole thing, and I get a new skill and I can see what it's actually doing in the game, not reading it, but seeing it, like the impact in the game, not like this, like bam here. I already.
This will carry me through.
Yeah, I'm getting annoyed. I'm getting really annoyed right now. Yeah, awesome, whatever. Yeah. No. Actually,
Power.
if this is the
Mine to
game,
claim.
if this is really the whole game without tutorial, then I'm gonna be disappointed. So, seek for objectives around the map to collect void fragments and open the door to the Void King. Okay, then I think the Void King is this guy, probably a boss. Okay, that makes sense. Phew.
Yes, this will carry me through.
Yep. Okay, how do I say that, you know? Okay, I have to make sure that I say what I say without thinking what you think. I wouldn't, if I would have known the gameplay of this game, I wouldn't have bought it. I'm gonna be honest. But what I can see, to not be too harsh, is
Yes.
okay, there are two things what can happen. If you play this for longer, you get more invested in this game.
Void fragment. It's my path to the Void Key.
Yeah. Listen. This is really okay. I have to pause this here. It annoys the fuck out of me right now. For a reason which I had a wrong idea about this game. So this was on me. I was really thinking, okay, I get here a Diablo-like game. What I'm getting here is more like, I think what they try to do is those kind of like the card games where when you know, you go a certain path, like in a map, and each map when you finish, each boss when you finish, you climb up the ladder, and every time you can make a decision, getting more powerful. This is the same principle, only in much faster. It's so much faster, and bunch of things happening on the screen, way even more than I thought. I thought when I saw that, you know, on GOG. I was thinking this is more like when you become powerful, then the screen explodes with all kind of effects, but that it would start so fast. Yeah. Okay, well, it's not my cup of tea. That's for sure. That's too much. I have to think about if I'm gonna give this game a chance, or maybe I'm gonna return this one. I don't know. It's €10. It's the graphic is nice. I can maybe see myself trying it again and see if it's fun when you get a little bit more used to certain skills. But the first impression, I don't like it. Not the visuals.
Strength comes at a price.
Visuals I like really a lot. I think they did a great job. If they would do a similar game with the same graphics, only like more Diablo-like. Yeah, let's replace something. Yeah. But at the same time, when I think about the kids of my cousin, there is a chance that they celebrate this one, you know, because it's simple. You don't have to do much, and you're already like powerful, you know. Okay, but let's see about settings. Maybe there's a status effects. Let's see what we can do in here. Interface. No. That's a bunch of nonsense here. Yeah. What does that mean? Don't know. Special effects visibility. Ah, that's good. So what do we have here? This slider controls how visible special effects are. Setting this to lower values will make it so special effects are more transparent to increase gameplay visibility. While in a match, you can quickly adjust this option to okay. So let's see what happens when you turn this down completely.
My courage is rewarded.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that is better. But now I don't see anything. So I don't know. No, I don't like the interruption every 2 seconds. What the hell? it's what the fuck is that?
Strength comes at a price.
Yeah. Well, I think this is... Yeah, this is a little bit tricky. Like so many games, this counts. There is a chance that this could still turn my opinion around when you play this a little bit more. But I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. What I really don't like is this interruption. Like, it's too fast. It's...
Dark power. Mine to play. Collect them all. I must break his spell.
Yeah, this must be for the new generation. No, I give up. No. Fuck it, I give up. This must be for the new generation. Let's just... Okay, another game. Well, maybe I'm gonna press the Alt F4. I don't want to play this right now. It's too exhausting. It's for the new generation with the attention span of a... I don't know, of a chipmunk. I don't know. This is... No. Don't like it. Honest opinion, I don't like it. However, I don't say don't buy it. It's, indie game for €10. It's probably, if you, okay with your eyes also. The reason is I also, my eyes getting older. This is not... Doesn't feel good. I don't like it. But you can, give it a try, whatever. Anyway, so first part is done. Next part will be something else. Maybe, it can be anything. I could install something. Maybe I'm gonna talk about this quickly. So just in case you're still there, the reason why I deleted all the videos is basically I showed an installation process of Linux Mint, and in there I showed my serial number of my SSD. Back then, it's not long ago, I already felt like I don't know if this is a good thing. I even said this in the video. And I showed this on the multiple occasions, and then I created another video, blah 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 blah, checked with ChatGPT. Turned out showing your serial number is, while it's not a big threat, it's a little bit of an security issue, or can be, even though this channel is so small that it should not affect me. But sometimes it's not worth getting some bad stuff just because of that, especially when this channel is small, and if there's a chance. And so I thought, instead of going through each individual video, I just record new ones. It's easier, it's less work. So that's the story, if you're interested. That's also, I was thinking changing the name of the segment, but no. Actually, that's more me than anything. So I do what I do, I like it. I can even make a song like, I do what I do, and that's why I'm here. Huh? That could be my intro. Could be a whole channel, to be honest. So anyway, with that, I say goodbye to you, my friend, and I hope you're having a lovely day, and you just feel fine, and everything makes you happy. I hope every wish will become true, for you, just for you, because I love you so much. No, that is not true. That is not true. Anyway, I struggle ending here the recording because I could not open my thing here. Okay, first part done again. So part 1 we have again, Back in the game. Have a nice day. Bye bye.